There are millions of people that are chasing something in this world, and we may be chasing something as well. But we often forget to ask ourselves what happens to the things that we are chasing for? Where does it go after we are gone? Well, I believe that there's a parable in the Bible that teaches us a very important lesson about chasing things and thinking that possessions is what is going to save us. And this starts in Luke chapter 12, verse 13 to 21. So stick around and see what happens to a man that thinks that he is safe because of all the things that he has, but God is truly the one that is in control. Now, the parable starts in Luke chapter 12, verse 13, where a man is telling Jesus to tell his brother to give him the money that he owes him. He says that he has his inheritance and that he deserves it. But Jesus replies in verse 15. Then he said to them, "Watch out. Be on your guard against all kinds of greed. Life does not consist in an abundance of possessions." And this is where he starts getting into the story, because this is the lesson that he wants us to learn. Life does not consist in an abundance of possessions. And after verse 15, he starts talking about how a rich young man saw that he had a lot of crops and that all of his barns were full. He then asks himself, what am I going to do with all of this? All of my barns are filled. I have so much crops. What can I do? He says, I know. I will tear down the things that I have now and build up new barns so that I'll be able to fill up those and have so much more than what I have right now. And this is where his downfall starts. Because in verse 19, he says, "And I'll say to myself, you have plenty of grain laid up for many years. Take life easy, eat, drink, and be merry." But in verse 20 it says, "But God said to him, you fool, this very night your life will be demanded from you. Then who will get what you have prepared for yourself? This is how it will be with whoever stores up things for themselves, but is not rich towards God." Now, the lesson that we can learn from this is that we need to stop chasing the things of this world, because there is going to be a day where we are gone and we are going to leave everything behind. So that money that you are seeking, someone else will have it after you are gone. That car that you were seeking after, someone will have it after you are gone. The house, the job, the fame, the fortune, all of those things that are all worldly, someone else will have them when you are gone. You cannot take any of those things with you after you are dead. So why do we chase them? Is it for self-gratification? To show others, hey, I have all this stuff and you don't? Instead, we should be building our riches in heaven. And how do we do that? By doing good works for God. What you do for others is as if you are doing it for God. When you take time out of your day to clean up a park, to clean up your neighborhood, you are doing it for God. When you take time to help the homeless, feed them, provide them blankets, give out tracts, you are doing it for God. That is how you build heavenly treasures, because heavenly treasures, they last. When you go to heaven, you want to be rich. Like we said, the things on this earth, they do not last. So what are you doing to build your riches in heaven? Jealousy, envy, greed, all of these things can just take control of our minds because we see other people having the things that we want. But we have to remind ourselves that we don't even know how they got them. Some people have killed others to get money. Some people have gone to witches and doctors and just so many other things that are demonic just to get the things that they have right now. Are you willing to do that? Are you really willing to risk your life for the things of this world, for the things that you won't even have when you are gone? Look at all the people that were rich that are not on this earth anymore. Elvis, rich, famous. There is going to be a day where he is no longer remembered. When you leave this earth, what are you going to be remembered for? That is more important than anything in this world. What are you going to be remembered for? Oh yeah, sure, it's good to be known that, oh, you had money. But did you use that money for anything? Did you help others with that money? Now, I'm not saying that being rich is bad. Don't get the wrong idea. I'm not saying being rich is bad. But if you were using your riches just for your own self-gain, just for your own self-pleasure, that is where you get it wrong. God did not provide those riches towards you to use it for yourself. He used it so that you can be a blessing to others. God does not make you famous. God will not make you just have all these great things so that you can use it just for yourself. He wants you to be able to bless others. If you can bless others with the things that God has provided you, I honestly see that as the best thing in life. Being able to use the things that God has given you to bless others, that is a great thing. That is what we should be doing. So don't be envious and don't be greedy with the things that you have, because at the end of the day, it wasn't even yours to begin with. God gave it to you. And there's going to be a day where someone else has those things. So sure, it may be your turn, but use your turn wisely. So let's stop chasing the things of this world and let's focus on building our heavenly riches by doing the works that God wants us to do. All right? I will see you, God willing, in the next video.